What is Rogan Josh? Rogan Josh traditionally is a stew made from red meat using lamb and goat. I'm using chicken today. If you make this dish with chicken, then I recommend that you use the dark meat, as one, it has more fat on it and more flavour, plus the fact that using breast, it will dry out too quickly. Also, another advantage with using chicken is that it cooks a lot more quickly than using red meat. I'm Russell Phipps, and this is my channel, Manner with Spice. The colour of the stew is derived from the alkanet plant, which unfortunately is illegal in this country, so I won't be using it, plus the dried red Kashmiri chillies. I'll give you a tip on grinding dried chillies during the video. Please don't forget to subscribe in the description below. It's totally free, and if you hit the notification bell, you will get notifications of all the videos that I upload. I have 10 to 12 Kashmiri chili powders here. I will be putting in 2.5 tablespoons of fennel seeds, 3/4 teaspoon of asafoetida, and 1.5 tablespoons of ground ginger. Before actually browning the meat, which you do in ghee, I will be putting in 3 black cardamom. Let me now put all this together, grind it, then I'll show you what's in the other spices. One of the tips I'm going to give you, I grind my chilies first, because I find that they don't powder easily. I'll then put the other spices on top and then grind them with the chilies in there, and I find it then turns it into a nice powder. When you open it, when you've been grinding chilies, do not breathe in. The second lot of spices you're going to require: cumin seed, mace, cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, that is not cassis, this is actually cinnamon, and peppercorns. If you have any comments on any of this, then please write them down, and please don't forget to subscribe. For the preparation of the chicken, what I actually do is I just put 3 nice thick cuts on right down to the bone, and I leave the skin on because I want the fat from the chicken to come into the dish and to help cook it. So I'm actually going to do this for all of the chicken drumsticks. Let's get cooking. Put a pan onto high heat, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of ghee, and add the black cardamom. As soon as the cardamom starts to swell, we add the chicken. Now what we're going to do with the chicken is that we're just going to actually brown it. So be careful it doesn't spit at you, and you may need 2 bowls to do this because we need to brown all the chicken, and then I'll show you what we do next. Now for this dish you would be using about 1 kilo of meat. All the chicken has now been browned. First spices I ground, I've made a paste with just warm water and the spices. Right, I've added the paste. I'm going to mix this all around the meat, and then I'll put a bit of water in the bowl the paste was in just to make sure I've got all the spices, and I'll pour that into the chicken. And I've only used a little water on all of this because the juices from the actual meat will come out when we start to cook it. So we don't want to make it too much liquid in there, because the whole idea is that you have a fairly thick stew. Put the lid on, and I'm going to leave that for about 20 minutes on low. As you can see, there's a fair amount of liquid in there. It's smelling absolutely gorgeous already, and a perfect example there. The meat's already starting to fall off the bone, which is what we're after. So I'm now going to put the other spices that we mix that in. That masala will thicken the sauce up. I'll just leave the top off and let it evaporate a bit more, which will actually thicken it even more, and just keep stirring it until it's ready. 5 minutes after leaving the top off and just mixing the spices in, this is now ready. I've turned it off. We can see a nice thick sauce. So I'm now going to leave this to cool down. Normally I'd eat this off the bone, but my family don't like that, so I'm actually going to be taking the meat off the bone and make a complete stew out of it. Thank you for watching. I have put a couple of other links to videos that I have produced, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you again for watching.